Stai să faci, după ce-ți găsesc ei buba, urmează autoduba, și apoi toată istoria se termină cu autopsia. Roata lumii se învârtește, țac, 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 și orice crimă se plătește, țanc, țanc, țanc. Comunismul întâi te ajută, tac, 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 și apoi te execută, pac, pac, pac. Într-o țară comunistă, când ce știe arivistă, și ai un caracter sinistru, poți ajunge repede ministru, după ce încasezi la crime și te faci părtaș la crime, ești băgat la închisoare și apoi condamnat pentru trădare. Roata lumii se învârtește, țac, 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 și orice crimă se plătește, țanc, țanc, țanc. Comunismul întâi te ajută, tac, 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 și apoi te execută, pac, pac, pac. Așa după Reich și Slavski, Stalin curăță pe Slavski, iar Malenkov pe Beria, ca să nu-l mai supere cu Beria. După Beria, Malenkov curăță pe Avakumov, apoi a venit Hrușciov și l-a mazilit pe Malenkov. Roata lumii se
to industrialize the whole rural regions of the Free State of Romania, Ceausescu enforced the Mobilization Act, forcing rural civilians to vacate their villages to make way for urbanization, leaving many no choice but to abandon their livestock, pets and homes, staggering the population of abandoned stray dogs in Romania to the thousands. To this day, over 500,000 strays roam the streets of Romania, the highest population of strays in Europe. To this day, the issue of these nameless strays remains unsolved, but perhaps that is yet another testament of the failed era of light, the era that lit its own legacy on fire, while its people froze in the dark.
Dear Mum, today was a good day. The sergeant wrote to me for the kitchen shifts this week, so I'll have more time to study after work. The boys have already asked me to save some extra rations for them. Potatoes for the beers, maybe even a packet of Kents, Roman said. But I have to be careful. The sergeant is a strict man, and I don't want to attract any more suspicion. No. Dear Mum, today was a good day. I'm working in the kitchen this week, and not to be that guy, but I'm getting pretty popular. The head cook has really taken to me. She keeps telling me how handsome I am and what a good fit I would be for her daughter, but honestly I think she's only saying that because she heard me getting bullied over my poetry. Boy, you're so educated, so eloquent. I swear, Mom. And she's scheming too. She said she'd bring her daughter to work so we could meet, and I just had to laugh and say, Miss Erzika, if you love your daughter, never let her marry a poor Slovak poet. The cook just stared at me. Poet? Boy, you're not a poet. You're in the re-education unit. How could you find the will to write poetry with all those queers and murderers sleeping next to you? Comrade Erzica just stared at me like I was crazy, so I said, Miss Erzica, it's true. I'm scared and confused. And every day and night the work is hard and I am too weary to write. But then I remember your beautiful face and I just have to write!
Roata lumii se învârtește, tac, tac, tac. Și orice crimă se plătește, țanc, țanc, țanc. Comunismul întâi te ajută, tac, tac, tac. Și apoi te execută, pac, pac.
Dear Ma, going forward I will be writing to you in Romanian. I know grandmother doesn't understand, but I've been advised to write all future letters in the rightful language of the state. I wouldn't want our communication to be cut because of my stupidity. Anyway, how are things at home? I am well. In fact, I have great news. Do you remember Baciu Roman, the one whose family left for Croatia? Well, Roman is now a father. Today he received word that his wife gave birth last week. We've been celebrating all day. Roman has requested permission to visit them next month, so next time, if you get this, could you please send a couple of cards from my collection? More textbooks, too, if you can. Roman is a good friend, and I don't want him turning up for his son empty-handed. Oh, another update. This guy found a new gig. Imagine, Roman saw me writing poetry, and suddenly everyone is paying me to write letters for their girlfriends. Even Big Dan was like, "You boy, I heard you have a way with words, huh?" What was that? Oh, no. Well, I'm only the most well-read and eloquent soldier in the unit. Nothing special, really. And then, in a clear submission of defeat over my gifts, the tough guy threw a pen and paper at me, grunting, "My girlfriend, Laura. She has blue eyes. Like water. Write something by end of day. Eyes like water." Whatever. For 10 lei, you do it too. Laura, you are like hope. The light from the lighthouse when the sea has become nothing more than salty water. You are like the flight of a bird. You are unfreedom. You are the warmth of enlightened moments. You are so many steps through the desert, and so many miles not yet covered. You are the question mark of eyes, the answer no one has discovered. You are the horizon, the meridian, a new hemisphere of Earth, even warmer, burning. You are a lighthouse. You are light. Simply, you are a poet. Ma, this was the 4th girl Big Dan asked me to write a letter for. Ma, frankly, I'm no soldier. But no matter how dire the cage gets, people still turn a blind eye when the strays sneak out through the gaps. In 1983, video and foreign films were banned in Romania, but that didn't mean we couldn't get our fix. Of Jean-Claude Van Damme. Jackie Chan. It's almost the still on. You see, there was a sort of undercover, underground VHS retail business going on amongst the civilians. Thanks to our Lord and Savior, Irina Margareta Nistor. This lady single-handedly dubbed some of the best Western flicks for Romania, translating over 3,000 movies over the years, giving us something we can get anywhere else. Window tourist. If you knew your way around, if you knew the right people, you could see these movies at a civilian's house, for a fee of course, and only when you snuck out of your unit building after hours. But when you did, you and the 3 or 4 something other boys got to experience a whole new world, you know? A super secret operation. We'd sneak out through the back, out through the laundry room. And once we got to the house, we worked. Now, hands up for action. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Hands up for comedy. Okay. Hands up for porn. Relax. I'm not gonna watch the porn with you guys.
Stretch effort to industrialize the poor rural regions of the Free State of Romania, Ceausescu enforced the Mobilization Act, forcing rural civilians to vacate their villages to make way for urbanization, leaving many no choice but to abandon their livestock, pets and homes, staggering the population of abandoned stray dogs in Romania to the thousands. To this day, over 500,000 strays roam the streets of Romania, the highest population of strays in Europe. To this day, the issue of these nameless strays remains unsolved, but perhaps that is yet another testament of the failed era of light, the era that lit its own legacy on fire, while its people froze in the dark.
Mom, I made a friend today. I call him Shobolen, Rat. He's a dog, but he was so ugly and small I thought he was a rat at first. He had this sad look in his eyes when I called him that. But he's a dog, so who knows what he thought. He's another of the strays. There's lots of strays around our unit. I sometimes feed them scraps whenever I'm working in the kitchen. Not too much, I have to eat first, but they seem to like the fish bones I throw them. I get lucky if I get put in the kitchen. Less lucky digging in the mines. I never see the dogs out at night. I wonder if they're scared too. Ma, I was never afraid of the dark before. She doesn't need to know that. Living in Târgoviște is like living in monochrome. The weather's been temperamental. If it's not raining, then it's grey and cold, and my coat turns to ice when I leave it out to dry. The grey seeps into every corner of the room. Lately it's become difficult to study. My fingers grow numb holding my books, and when the wind blows through the window, the ringing in my ears keeps me up all night. But I am still studying hard. Soon the applications will open and I will apply for the university exam. I wonder if you've come to peace with it. I know you were scared of the attention I'm bringing, but soon the applications will open and I will be one of the 30 lucky admissions. And I will leave this place. Wish me luck. Shit! Mama, I do not blame you for much, but the reminder that I'm a traitor feels like a tattoo on my skin every time Captain Eno looks my way. His gaze burns into my soul, and I know the second I see and hear him, he's going to pull me into his office and ask me the same questions over and over again. You know why you're here?
You're a traitor to your regime. A defector. Are you aware of your crimes?
Yes, sir.
In 1983, your family attempted to flee the socialist state of Romania. Why was this?
We had family in Czechoslovakia. My parents thought it was important for us to connect with our Slovak heritage. It was a thoughtless idea. We are grateful that the Prague Committee refused our residency request.
You attempted to flee the state. This is a crime punishable by military prison. Punishment will extend to your family. Give me one reason I should not give you your sentence right now.
As I have said before,
the decision to leave the socialist state of Romania was made formally by my parents, and as I was only a child, I had no authority in the matter. I went along with the decision of my parents. Nonetheless, I regret the mistake deeply and beg the captain for pardon.
Very well. Return to your duties.
And that would be it. The next week or so, you never really knew. You never knew who was listening, waiting. Once you had a target on your back, you couldn't expect the eyes not to linger. You couldn't sleep without feeling hands sneaking into your parcel or raking through the box your mother sent you, or the letters you knew you couldn't send. There's a girls' secondary school next to our unit. It's no wonder what Soros and Toman sneak off to do at night. It's no secret where the women turn the other direction whenever our unit comes near them. I piss next to rapists and murderers. What was my crime? Re-education, you would. Soros and Toman drink with Captain Enek. Fuck the same prostitute and bribe the police with stolen Kents, blowing Western smoke in your face in exchange for blind eyes. But I can't go home because my parents wished us a happy life. I don't have any Kents to give. They told us, work to live, or we will send your bodies in a sealed coffin and no one home will see your faces again. I don't think they meant that as just a warning. The strays circle our unit whenever there's been an injury. There's at least 20 around our building block. I think they smell the blood. The girls in town carry sticks with them to fend them off. That's what Roman said when a rabid dog attacked one of the girls running home from school. They cry and run as the strays corner them and bite. Roman said, we kill them or they kill us. But I don't know. Can't help but think about Shalom. His torn ear, his dirty fur. dirty in the mud.
Într-o țară comunistă, când ești arivistă și ai un caracter sinistru, poți ajunge repede ministru, după ce încasezi la prime și te faci părtaș la crime.
With you, a couple of eternal minutes join two universes into one whole. Stars are born and stars expire. Supernova grows within our soul. With you locked in embrace for eons, else universe, I mourn your demise. I will become a world of neon. All my lights burn out and die. For light years will shine in embrace. Stars dance around, around and round. It's not a poem, my dream nor case. To burn with you a whole galaxy must be a marvel. A revelation, simply. So come with me. Burn for eternity.
No way!
Yours, Vladimir. Ma, the strays that attacked that schoolgirl are back. But I haven't seen my little friend in weeks. Last time I fed Shabolin, he had a limp and bloody deer. I was hoping to clean it next time I saw him. Maybe the dogs are lurking around for Radvan. Maybe they smell that he's a vet and linger in case they get into trouble. Or we do. Radvan is a great doctor, considering he's a veterinarian and the only man for 300 men. A man like that inspires me to study. Which, speaking of, I have submitted my request to visit to Captain Enoch to apply for the university exam. I haven't been in trouble for a month now, so I have good hopes. But we will see, of course. Wish me luck. And pray for me, Ma. I will see you soon. I mean, Captain Enoch calls us cannon fodder. First casualties in line of fire. We are the dispensable stray dogs that betrayed our own kind. He says we should be grateful for the scraps before he picks the meat off my plate. And I am grateful. I'm grateful that you sent your homemade coconut slices with chocolate cream. I wish I could have tried them. I miss you cooking the most. I'm grateful that I know how fantastic they taste and the coconut powder you put in them is, because Lawrence hadn't known. He asked me, "What is this?" with his mouth full of my food, and I said, "Coconut." He asked me if that grew where I'm from. I was so shocked. I just said, "Yes." Maybe we are richer than I thought, Mother. But then again, all we have is because of you. I promise when I get home I won't question you anymore. I'll find a way to study and I'll take you all with me. To Czechoslovakia or Germany, that place Raoul always dreams about. Somewhere where we can go on holiday. I don't want to believe the world is a bitter place that doesn't love us. There must be more. We will leave and we will find it. We were out 2 nights ago. No, I wasn't. But Torman, Pavel and Big Dan, they all went to Big Dan's girlfriend's, Laura Albescu's, for video night. I changed my mind and stayed to study, but my name was still on the list. Laura's with the Seku. She's undercover with the Securitate. She must be. I don't know for how long, but I know it was her who gave up the names. No one but her had a list of names of people that would be at the apartment. Ah, bitch! I'm sorry. I don't want to blame anyone. And I know there's no such thing as choice. But Roman and I are being punished for something we did not do. As punishment, Roman's request to visit his wife and baby got rejected. Last night he got wasted. He attempted to run, screaming profanities, protesting the regime. We had to tackle him. Hold him down. He screamed until he cried. Well, I cried too. Raoul, Pavel and I carried him back to the building after he passed out, but someone must have seen or heard. We got back at 4 in the morning. This morning they took Roman for questioning, and I haven't seen him since. I overheard the word military prison thrown around by the older boys who were favoured by Captain Enoch. Soros said, "Roman is a goner." If Lauer is a rat, maybe Big Dan is too. waiting for us, his brothers, to slip. Playing stupid, waiting till he can feed us to the shark. Maybe I'm next. Mother, I am too much of a coward to send you these letters. I will tell you everything once I get into university. Dear Ma, I will not be going to university. I did not get approval to apply from the sergeant, so I will not be applying for the entrance exams. I apologize if you are disappointed. I have to fulfill my duty. It appears I am more needed here. There is too much work to be done, and it was foolish of me to ever think that I could leave before my term was done. Thank you for the books that you sent me. I will return them. I'm sorry. I'm just really sorry. Under pressures of pain, grief, and mistakes, something has changed in us. Something has broken. Something sure, temporary. Our world is falling apart. I'd like to swim away, far through the cracks, if only I could, for us. Something is broken, and it can't be fixed. The fire has dimmed to a spark.
Să majorăm pensiile minime de la 800 la 900 lei. De asemenea, am hotărât ca
There are jobs where you have to trudge logs of wood or steel bars through the muddy tunnel that's often as wide as you are, with no end in sight and no room for return. You crawl like a cockroach, blindly with this weight behind you. You can't go back. There's no way out. You crawl for God knows how long, knowing you will need to crawl back, and you can't be late, or there will be punishment. You hear rats squeaking somewhere, but the rats are fast, and they run ahead. They're not so easy to kill like us. When you're laying cement or crawling through the ground, you become aware of how weak your body is. I'm crawling through now, Mother. I'm working on the train tracks. It's raining, raining, raining. It's hard to see, Mother. And my coat turned to ice. Drink some wine, Mother. There is no one to call. Alone with the strays, Mother. I balance and...
In a stretched effort to industrialize the poor rural regions of the Free State of Romania, Ceausescu enforced the Mobilization Act, forcing rural civilians to vacate their villages to make way for urbanization, leaving many no choice but to abandon their livestock, pets and homes, staggering the population of abandoned stray dogs in Romania to the thousands. To this day, over 500,000 strays roam the streets of Romania, the highest population of strays in Europe. To this day, the issue of these nameless strays remains unsolved, but perhaps that is yet another testament of the failed era of light, the era that lit its own legacy on fire, while its people froze in the dark.
Shobolan?